high. That is associated with some thunderstorms that are moving into our area. Currently, it is 71 degrees, so it's a very warm day here in the Tallahassee area. And our temperatures across the region indicate that, hovering right around 70 degrees across the region. Some stations, such as Quincy and Thomasville, picking up on some precipitation right now. And that is due to our very high dew points that we are seeing across the regions, around the 70-degree mark there as well, which is signaling pretty much what we are seeing with some rain moving through the area. We have some showers and thunderstorms moving along in. As we take a look at tonight's show, we will be seeing thunderstorms moving in tomorrow, ending the week with cooler temperatures, warming up into the week. That's all on Tuesday edition of FSU Weather, starting now.
What's going on, everyone? I am meteorologist Tyler Sherrod here with your Tuesday edition of FSU Weather. We have a jam-packed show for you guys tonight. As you saw from that radar that Riley was going over, we have some rain moving through the regions. We're going to start to see some storms develop as well. In fact, Wednesday we have an 80% chance of rain, so we're going to see rain and some likely thunderstorms. We are under a slight risk for severe weather here in Tallahassee. So we're going to have that rain move through on Wednesday. It's going to be a little bit warmer as well. But once we get to Thursday, we're going to start to cool down. So we're going to have a front move through the region. Some cooler air is going to be behind that front. And so Thursday, we're going to be cool. But as we move throughout the week, we're going to start, the end of the week at least, we're going to see those temperatures start to pick back up again. So we're going to have a warmer weekend. But those rain chances are going to return on Sunday as well. So we're going to get more into that as we go throughout the show. And then also, I'm going to start off a new segment here on our Tuesday show, an educational segment where I'm going to go over clouds and just some of the different aspects of clouds, what types there are, what determines what type of cloud you're looking at, as well as their composition, their appearance, basically everything you could ever want to know about clouds. I'll have that for you guys here on FSU Weather. So, looking at a winter now where we're starting to see some severe weather start to move through our region. We're not quite in that severe weather season that we see in spring, but this is kind of a first taste of what's to come as we get throughout, go towards the later time of the winter and early spring. You're going to start to see some thunderstorm activity ramp up here in Tallahassee. But now, I'm going to pass things off to the wall with Therese with our first local look.
Hello, and now we are overlooking Doak Campbell Stadium, and we can see some very dreary conditions, very cloudy, and our current temperature right now is 71 degrees, and we have all these thunderstorms coming in and some winds coming from the southwest at 3 miles per hour. Our high today was 75 degrees and our low being 67, which isn't too far from our record of 80 degrees. Now, for our hour by hour, we started off the morning in 69 degrees, and later in the afternoon, temperature rose a bit to 74 degrees, so we saw a nice warmer afternoon. And our temperature now is 71 in Tallahassee, as well as Perry over here, and up in South Georgia, we have it at 68 degrees. For our dew points, we can see also that they're matching our current temperatures, so with Tallahassee being at 70, so it's feeling very muggy, very humid. And for our satellite radar, we can see all these thunderstorms coming to the Big Bend area, so make sure you have a raincoat or umbrella with you. For our upper level water vapor, we can see all this moisture here from the storms that are coming soon. And for the next 24 hours, we can see the scattered showers coming towards the Big Bend area as well. And for tonight's forecast, we have Tallahassee at 65 degrees and most of the region in the mid-60s. Thomasville 64, and tomorrow's forecast as well in the 70s, very similar today. we have Bainbridge at 74 degrees and Quincy at 77. Now for tonight's forecast, we will have 65 degrees and some more scattered storms as well, and some winds too. Tomorrow's temperature again will be 77 degrees, and we'll see some more thunderstorms. Make sure you really have that umbrella as well. And then for this week ahead, we can see that we'll have some storms again tomorrow at 80%, and Thursday and Friday we will have a bit more sun with cooler temperatures at 58 and 60 degrees. But then this weekend we'll see some more clouds coming in. Sunday we're going to have a 50% chance of rain and temperatures being at 70 degrees. Monday we'll see the sun come in again and temperatures in 50. Now handing it off to Riley.
Thank you, Therese. And as we zoom out here, head out to the southeast, we can see it's a fairly warm evening across the southeast United States. Temperatures, especially closer to the Gulf Coast, down into the Florida Peninsula, into the 70s even. Our coolest temperature on the map currently is Little Rock, Arkansas at 54 degrees, and even that is pretty mild for the month of January. Now our dew points across the region, we can make out where this cold front is, bringing the cooler weather just based off of where it's drier and where it's muggier, and very muggy today in the area of Tallahassee and the Florida Panhandle, where we get in those deeper greens, really starting to feel a chicken soup or more pea soup atmosphere. Now our wind speeds across the region, not too strong. We do have 10-mile-per-hour wind speed checking in there in New Orleans, and also in Miami. Those are the highest wind speeds on the map. And our satellite and radar this evening is showing a line of storms moving through the Florida Panhandle, starting to cause some heavier precipitation in areas like Tallahassee, portions of southern and eastern Georgia, into the Carolinas now. We are even seeing the rain move into the area. Our upper level water vapor shows it's fairly moist across the northern Gulf Coast. Those blues really start to show some higher cloud tops there that show some stronger, more defined storms. Now our storm outlook for this evening into portions of the Florida Panhandle, southern Georgia, even portions of southern South Carolina, seeing a marginal risk for some severe weather. This is associated with the same storms that brought a tornado into portions of northern Alabama. And tonight's forecast across the region, we are expecting some warmer weather across the northern Gulf Coast into the Florida Peninsula. Where you see those yellows, those are indicating temperatures in the 60s. Farther north, Little Rock, getting down into the 30s this evening. Now tomorrow's forecast, it's almost as if someone just wanted to take a cut of Florida and make everywhere in Florida hot tomorrow, but everywhere else reasonable. So we have reasonable temperatures in the 60s for portions of Alabama and Montgomery. But again, in Florida, look at the reds and the oranges. That's indicating temperatures nearing 80 degrees in much of the states. And we will have some thunderstorms moving in to portions of the Florida Panhandle. So you definitely want to make sure you have a rain jacket or umbrella ready for that there. Now we are going to send things off here to Tyler for our next forecast.
Thanks, Riley. We're going to take a look at the bigger picture here. The entire country, the great United States of America. Here in the northern part of the country, you can see that some Arctic air is really starting to push down into North Dakota. Right now it's 6 degrees in Bismarck, fairly cold if I do say so myself. Minneapolis down to 19 degrees. Billings down to 22, so very cold all throughout the northern parts of the country and the central western parts of the country. Denver, you guys are at 21 degrees. You guys are once you get into Chicago and Kansas City, that's where the cold front has already passed through. You got some cold temperatures there, but just ahead of it is the southeast where we're seeing some warmer temperatures. Atlanta, 63, Tallahassee, up to 71 degrees right now. And most of the country is experiencing low dew points. Fairly dry all throughout. Denver, having a dew point of 16, even getting into a negative dew point here in Bismarck at -2. All of that moisture is really ahead of the cold front in Florida and the southern parts of Georgia. And as we look at our map here, that's where you can see the cold front and all the rain ahead of it going to continue to push down through the southeast. And then you can see there's a slight warmer sector right here, warmer than what you were seeing over here, and that's because there's another front behind that cold front, so that's going to continue to bring even more cold air with it. So you're going to start to see some cooler air move through Tennessee and Kentucky as well. Upper level water vapor, as Riley alluded to, seeing some clouds, some higher cloud tops popping up off the coast of Tallahassee here. So you can start to see some deeper rain and convection developing there. And all this black right here is showing much more dry air and some moisture here to the west, even though I did mention not very moist overall, but there is a little bit of moisture there as we move towards the west. The convective outlook for our entire region, might see some thunderstorms in New Mexico, not something you see very often. But what we're really concerned about is here in Tallahassee, we're in that green. That's a slight risk for severe weather. That's a 1 out of 5. So say 20% chance of seeing a severe thunderstorm. So be weather aware tomorrow if you're in Tallahassee. And that light green means you'll likely see some thunderstorms, but they won't be severe in nature, so not quite as dangerous as your severe thunderstorms. Most of Florida doesn't really need any rainfall, although right around that Gainesville area is a little bit dry, but no drought to be seen for the eastern parts of our country. But as we get to the west, they're in an exceptional drought that's to be expected. Lots of dry air and not much rain to be seen in the west, although California has been seeing a good amount of rain lately, so that should help a little bit with their drought conditions. For tonight, you're going to see that polar air really continue to creep down south. Minneapolis is going to be at 1 degrees. Chicago is going to be at 8, and even getting to the southeast, some regions are going to get pretty cold. Memphis, as I said earlier, you guys are going to continue to get cooler. 28 degrees for that low temperature. Still going to see some rain in the region possibly. Atlanta going to get down to 33, and then tomorrow's forecast, excuse me, still going to be cold up north, 14 degrees for Minneapolis. Warmer in the southeast with those thunderstorms, Tallahassee 77. Now I'm going to pass things off to Riley.
Well, a great look at the national forecast there, Tyler. And taking a glance over Doak Campbell Stadium this evening, we're still fairly overcast this evening due to currently some storms moving through the region. We do have a temperature of 71 degrees. It does look like the thunderstorms have backed off a little bit, starting to see some clearing conditions. Although in the region, we do have some areas still picking up on some rainfall, such as areas in Thomasville, Bainbridge, into Quincy, down towards the coast and at Apalachicola, looking at a temperature of 69 degrees there, nothing in terms of precipitation. But if we look at our dew point temperatures, notice they're very similar to our actual temperatures. And what that means is we have some precipitation because we've reached 100% relative humidity. The atmosphere cannot hold that water anymore, so it drops it to the ground. And that's what we're seeing as we have some rain moving into the area. As we took a look at our radar earlier, and our wind speeds and directions, not much in terms of wind speed. We did pick up a 7-mile-per-hour wind speed in Quincy. That is the highest in the region. Now, here is that radar that I was talking about, and there is the rain moving into the area where you see those areas of red, orange, yellow. That's where we have the heavier rainfall right now. Here in the immediate Tallahassee area, we are getting in on a break from the wet weather, getting a dry slot in there, which is keeping things a little drier here than, let's say, a little farther to our south, where those reds are really indicating some heavy rainfall moving in there. Our next 24 hours, expect the chance for rain to diminish as we head throughout the night, but ramp back up again as we head into tomorrow, specifically tomorrow afternoon into the evening, where we are expecting the greatest chance at some rain. But we will still see some scattered thunderstorms in the area tonight, and as we head into the day tomorrow, thunderstorms are expected. And the temperature, notice it's reaching 80 degrees there, so it's going to be feeling very muggy outside, pretty much like today with the temperatures a few degrees warmer. Now our week ahead here, we do have that 80% chance of rain for our day on Wednesday. And as we head into the weekend though, or not the weekend, Thursday and Friday, we're going to have temperatures cool down. Notice they cool down to 58 degrees for our Thursday, staying dry until we get to around our Sunday, where we start to see the temperatures warm back up into the low 70s. And a 50% chance of rain does return to our region for our Sunday. Now, as we head into early next week, we will be seeing temperatures also cool down again after that chance of rain, and we will be having drier conditions. Now let's head off to Tyler for an educational segment tonight.
Thanks, Riley. It's about time. Finally get to learn about some clouds here on FSU Weather with our first educational segment for our Tuesday show. So let's talk about some of the different clouds and how we can classify them. So one way you can classify clouds is by their altitude. Most of your lower level clouds are going to start off with the name strato or stratus. That indicates that they're lower in the atmosphere. So you have a stratus cloud here, stratocumulus. And then as you get up into those mid-levels, you're going to start putting alto in front of them. That's the mid-level clouds. So you have altostratus, altocumulus. And then higher up is where you have those cirrus clouds. And then the clouds you're used to really seeing, the first cloud that pops into your head, that would be the cumulus cloud here. Those are the white, puffy clouds, and they can end up anywhere in the atmosphere. The lower level ones are the really big, puffy ones you usually see. And then as you go further up in the air, they start to shrink in size and seem a little bit wispier. And really, your high-level clouds are those really wispy, high-level clouds where you can kind of almost see through them up there. So that's kind of what your cirrus clouds look like. And then when we're looking at stratus clouds, those are kind of like the clouds when you look up into the sky and you just see all gray or all white. They just take up the entire sky. It's almost like a blanket whenever you're looking at those stratus clouds. And then our rain-producing clouds, you got the nimbostratus here. That's going to be your cloud that produces steady rainfall, but not thunderstorms because we don't have any deep convection. Really, the deep convection is going to be with those cumulonimbus clouds. The higher up those cloud tops go, really, the more energy the cloud has to produce thunderstorms. So anytime you see thunderstorms, probably going to be a cumulonimbus cloud. You can also classify them by appearance as well. And if you see a wall cloud like this, you pretty much want to turn the other way. It's pretty easy to tell if you see those big gray clouds coming towards you. Those are going to be clouds producing rain and thunderstorms. And the small wispy clouds, not going to be too much to worry about. And some more clouds to look out here. You have Kevin Helmholtz clouds. Those are the very rare to see wavy clouds in the sky. Not going to see any rain produced from these clouds, but it is cool to see some unique clouds out there like these. And then talking a little bit more about the composition of clouds, every cloud is made up of not just water droplets like you would think, but also ice crystals as well. But that's all we've got for you with the cloud education. Now I'm going to pass things off to Therese with a look at Florida.
All right, taking a look at our state, we have Tallahassee at 71 degrees, and most of the state being in the 70s. South Florida, a bit warmer, but not too much warmer. Our dew points, again, are very similar to our temperatures. We have Tallahassee at 77, and as we go lower in the state, we have it in the 60s, Miami being 67. And for our upper level water vapor, we can see a lot of moisture coming towards North Florida from all the storms that are hitting. And our satellite radar, again, here are those storms coming from and moving towards the northeast. So, but South Florida, you're still pretty dry, still clear, great conditions. Now, if you're driving down I-10, be careful as the storms are still hitting, and make sure you have those windshield wipers, get some good headlights. South Florida, not too bad, a little bit of cloud coverage, but still some great conditions. South Florida, Miami area, you're doing pretty well. You have clear skies for the most part. A bit scattered showers to there, but not too much. And our temperatures, we have Miami at 85 degrees on Wednesday, and Thursday 74 degrees with a little bit of cloud coverage, but not too bad. Then we have Tampa at 75 degrees on Wednesday, and Thursday 64 degrees with some very clear skies. Orlando, you are at 81 degrees, and then you will see a lot cooler weather in the 60s at 63 and 66 degrees. Jacksonville, you are at 75, and again, we're going to experience a lot cooler weathers because on Thursday you will have 57 degrees and clear skies too. Pensacola, you have 73 degrees and a lot of sunshine later in the week and experiencing temperatures at 57 and 58 degrees. Tonight's forecast, we have Tallahassee at 44, and tomorrow's forecast, we have Tallahassee at 77 and 70s all towards this area, and South Florida, you will now have some pretty warm winters in the 80s and Miami at 85 degrees. And down to Riley.
Well, Therese, I hope you're ready for some sports because we have FSU basketball games this week into next week. We have 3 forecasts for 3 FSU basketball games. 1 will be at home and 2 will be away. Now let's first take a look here at our first game, which is going to be Thursday evening. And Thursday evening, we are going to be having a basketball game here at the Tucker Civic Center. And that is going to happen on Thursday evening, I believe. We should be having a graphic up soon. If I could get someone to put up one of my graphics, please, for this Thursday's Florida State basketball game. And there we go. Thank you guys very much. We have Florida State playing Miami this Thursday evening. That game's tip-off will be around 6 p.m. and we're going to have cloudy conditions. Conditions are really going to cool off as we head throughout the game, getting into the mid-50s by the end of the game. And Georgia Tech, if you're going to take a trip up to Atlanta, Georgia this upcoming weekend, you're going to experience some cooler temperatures than here in Tallahassee. Temperatures will be in the low 50s for that game. And for our final game, that's going up into Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts. And if you're going to be traveling to the Conte Forum this upcoming weekend, for our Saturday night, we will have flurries in the area. Temperatures will be dipping below freezing as we head throughout the game, and it will be cold heading home. So that is what we have for our Florida State basketball schedule this upcoming week. And I believe that this game is actually Tuesday evening next week. If I said Saturday evening, I made a mistake, and I apologize for that. But we do have a lot of great games to watch in the next week or so. And now we want to head off to Therese at the wall.
All right, again, we are going to overlook Doak Campbell and lots of cloudy skies, very dreary. And our current temperature is 71 degrees and we are experiencing some thunderstorms, very cloudy, probably will continue throughout the night. Today's high was 75 degrees, which is a bit above the average, but didn't hit our record of 80 degrees earlier. Or later in the year, excuse me. And the temperatures are Tallahassee at 71 and Perry at 72 degrees. South Georgia, you are at 68 degrees. Our muggy meter, you can see it's very humid, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, excuse me. And it's not very comfortable right now. And this is taking a look at our severe weather outlook. This darker green area, you will have a chance of experiencing more severe weather rather than this lighter green area. And here's the storms where you might see that severe weather. Coming towards the Big Bend area, make sure you are prepared for it. And over the next 24 hours, we will see all these scattered showers coming and a lot of cloud coverage as well. Our marine forecast is 64 degrees, a bit cooler, much more comfortable, winds at 10 knots, and again, partly cloudy skies. Tonight's temperatures will be 65 degrees, some more storms lasting throughout the night, and winds at 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow's forecast, again, some more thunderstorms. What temperatures will be 77 degrees as well. And then today's temperatures, we saw at noon 65 degrees. Then as the day continued, it warmed up a bit to 69 and then in 67 degrees. For the week ahead, tomorrow we'll definitely or most likely experience some rain showers at 80% chance and have some temperatures at 77. But for Thursday and Friday, we'll see a little bit break with clear skies and temperatures cooling down at 58 and 60. This weekend, we'll see some more clouds coming and a bit more rain, but Monday and Tuesday, we'll see more clear skies. Now to Tyler.
Thank you. So it looks like tomorrow is going to be a pretty dreary day. Expecting some storms to move through Tallahassee, but Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are actually looking pretty nice with the sun coming back out. So maybe make some great weekend plans. I know here in Tallahassee during the winter, it may not seem like you can do all as much as you can during the summer. The beaches, it's a little bit cooler, but hey, if it's in the 60s, you can still enjoy the beach. You don't have to get into the water. It can still be pretty nice out. And if you bring a wetsuit, you could go into the water if you really wanted to surf the Gulf of Mexico. Not really the best part of the ocean to see any waves. That'd be more on your east coast of Florida or the west coast of California. But hey, if you really want to get in the water, get a wetsuit and go. Saturday, 64 degrees is going to be that high. And then Sunday, you're going to see those rain chances return with a 50% chance of rain and 70 degrees. So that'll be a good day to stay indoors. If you're a student, get some work done. Or if you're not a student, you can just watch movies or watch TV all day. That's the best thing to really do this Sunday if the rain reaches you. And then Monday, you're going to see a 40% chance of rain, but still going to see the sun come out for at least part of the day. Those high temperatures going to be a little bit lower. It can be cooler again at 58 degrees. And then Tuesday, going to be up to 57. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSU Weather. You can also like us on Facebook, facebook.com/FSU Weather. And then Monday through Friday, we're live on YouTube at youtube.com/FSU Weather at 6 p.m. And you can also follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. We try our best to post some cool weather pictures that we've found. If you want to send us some of your cool weather pictures, you can do that as well. And sometimes we'll even post some short weather updates on Instagram and Facebook as well. That's all I have for you guys tonight. I'm meteorologist Tyler Sherrod. Have a great evening, everyone.